Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. We've got another awesome guest today. Welcome to Biz Talk.
Good morning. How is everybody this morning?
Good morning.
So it is every Friday at 8, right? I mess around here talking and then Kelsey's counting and I'm like, oh, shoot. But we are ready. We're ready to roll. Don't let that concern you, Andy. We're just going to get rolling right through this. Welcome to Biz Talk, everybody. I'm Glenna Hum, the president of Future One Marketing. And we just love talking to small businesses to hear what makes them stand out and also to get some tips for everybody along the way. But before we get started, Sarah, can you put up where everyone can find our broadcast?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. We do have our new podcast called Marketing and a Mic. You can find us on all the podcast channels. We do go live every Friday on Facebook and YouTube, and you can find the replays on those and everything else. All right. Well, I'm going to let everybody else introduce themselves, and I'm going to introduce our guests.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah, the Director of Digital Marketing.
And I'm Kelsey, a social media manager for Fusion One Marketing.
Awesome. And we have a wonderful guest with us here today. And I can speak from experience. What Andy's going to talk to us about is something that every business and every person needs. So listen up, listen close to what he has to say. And I want to introduce Andy Entrekin with LegalShield. How are you doing, Andy?
Hey, I'm doing great, Glenna. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Oh, we are thrilled because, like I said, this stuff is so important, and a lot of people don't even know it exists. So before we get into all the specifics, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
All right. Well, how much time do we have now? I always start off when people ask me who I am. I tell them, hey, I'm from a huge family. I'm number 6 out of 9 kids. We have one of everybody in our family, and it'd take all the time if I were just to tell you, how I grew up, because it was fun and crazy. But from a big family, at 15 years old, my dad instilled the business gene inside of me, and encouraged me to start my own business. And he bought me a weed eater and invested in me, and it turned into a full-blown lawn care and landscaping company, and was successful for about 15 years. And so my background's business and also ministry. I had the privilege to serve in my church since I was also about 15 years old, and got to lead worship for the high school youth group, and then the college, and then even be a lead worship pastor for a church for a few years. And that's my background's business and ministry, and coming from a huge family. That's about it.
Well, and I know you have a beautiful wife, and you want to tell us a little bit about her. And I know she has a business that we want to give a shout out to.
Oh yeah, I'm married up big time. We met leading worship at a conference, and just hit it off, and I knew she was the one. But anyway, she ended up launching a bit. She is an entrepreneur as well, and launched a clothing gallery recently called Grace and Grit, and she's located inside Greystone Marketplace, right off of Highway 280 across from Lee Branch. And she's been doing really well and is having fun doing that. So y'all go visit Grace and Grit.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. That's a cool name too. I like that. So Andy, tell us how you got involved with LegalShield. What is LegalShield? How does it all work?
Okay, so like I said before, my background's business ownership, and I actually had someone T-bone my truck and trailer, file a lawsuit against me, and then their insurance company denied my claim for over 2.5 weeks to get my rig back up and running, my money-making rig back on the road. So I was kind of up the creek without a paddle, and even if you know an attorney, sometimes you can't get to them fast enough for a situation. I have an incredible attorney actually in my family, and who has helped me out so much. And I mean, that's one of the biggest blessings, is having a huge family. Like I said, you got one of everybody. And but for my specific situation, someone said, "Hey man, you should check out my attorneys." I'm like, "All right, well, tell me about them." And I found out about LegalShield, And I signed up for this service, and he was telling me that if I sign up tonight, tomorrow I can call this law firm, tell them what's going on. They're going to put an attorney with me that specializes in that area of law, and then they're going to take my case for me and talk to me about it and not charge me a dime extra than a small monthly fee. And I understood he was like, it's like legal insurance. And I thought, okay, well, that's great. Well, what if it doesn't work? And he said, well, if it doesn't work, you don't have to keep it. I'm like, okay, it's a win-win. You know, why not give it a shot? So I gave it a shot. I signed up for this service that I knew nothing about except for the fact that they were at least going to listen to me and not bill me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They were just going to tell me what I should or shouldn't do, what I can or can't do. And I'm not going to have to, you know, go sell something to pay for it. Right.
Yeah.
Or get a loan. And the short end of a long story is that 2 days later, after I called them, I had a check in my hand from the insurance company that was denying my claim, and the lawsuit got squashed. It was not my fault. I was not at fault in the accident. But all that happened, and LegalShield came to my rescue.
Wow.
And saved me over $10,000 the first time I ever used them. So I became a huge fan immediately from the get-go, and had no idea that I would be working for the company, end up being the regional director over the state of Alabama. But it all happened, you know, in a handful of years that happened because I fell in love with the service and what we've done and leveling the playing fields of the justice system. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you're from, how much money you have. You deserve to be treated equally in this country. And the problem has always been the money. You can only get as much justice as you can afford. But now LegalShield has leveled the playing fields and given everyone the opportunity for a very small monthly fee, using the collective buying power of insurance and having millions of people pay that money. We're able to retain top law firms all across the country. They're not referral law firms. This is a private network, and we're able to pay them top dollar to take care of our members. And that was my first experience. They took care of me. So that's how
you were
I with them.
Yeah, it like gives the little guy a voice.
I see we've got some comments over here. We've got Melissa, Cindy, Brenda Blanton, Roxy Kelly, Laura Strickland, and Steve Johnson all joining us. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So Andy, you touched on how LegalShield came into your life. You already had a business established, something bad happened, and you needed representation. So can you explain how new and existing businesses can come into using LegalShield and how it can help them?
Yeah, so all of the top business people in the world that we know today use attorneys every day to make wise decisions, not just when they make bad decisions. So most of us are taught we only use attorneys whenever we make bad decisions. Well, maybe we're not taught that, but the price range teaches us that. We're like, nah, I'm going to wait, you know. But for new businesses, we have a launch program where you can sign up and for less than, I mean, literally, it's like $129, and you can launch an LLC and then get 3 months of unlimited consultation and document review and all sorts of things in that package to help you launch your business. So we have something brand new, you know, something for brand new businesses, just to know what kind of protection they need, to know what to do to legally start their business in their state, and to cover all the bases. And for existing businesses, you know, a lot of people already that have a very successful business already use attorneys. And a lot of them like those attorneys, but the reason that they could supplement some stuff and not eat into their big retainers that they already have by using us for the unlimited consultation, for the document review, for the letters and phone calls, and everything the majority of business issues that we have as business owners, LegalShield covers 100%. And it just makes sense. If we're in business to make money, if we don't save money, then we're just broke at a higher level, right? So what I believe that we accomplish for all business owners, whether you're a big business owner or a small business owner or just getting started, is we give you a not just a shield in front of you to make sure that, you know, you don't get taken advantage of like someone tried to take advantage of me in my business, but also just help you make wise decisions so you can build the best business. You know, that's really the main thing, is just helping people save money, solve problems, and protect their assets. And if businesses don't do that, no matter how big or small, they're not going to make it.
I mean, you're exactly right. And especially when you're first starting out, building your business, money, everything's money. It costs so much money and you don't have it. And the first thing you think of when somebody says, well, you really need an attorney, you're like, there's no way I can afford it, so I'm just going to wing it. Yeah, I'm just going to wing it. So when I was introduced to LegalShield, it sounded too good to be true until I used it.
Same.
And same thing you said for document review. We had people not paying some bills, and so they went and helped us out with sending them a letter. Even forming your LLC, you don't know what to do. So even for advice, I just can't say how much I believe in this product and that every business needs it. Well, I always love it because you say that you basically have your law firm in your pocket.
Yeah, in the palm of my hand. I mean, literally everywhere I go, and that's one of the things I love to tell business owners, because we all know, and y'all know, that time is so valuable. And one of the biggest problem, like, money can solve a lot of problems we have, but like, it can't replace time. And one of the biggest issues with, like, one of the biggest thorn in the side of business owners is them having to leave their job, leave their employees, and go and deal with these issues. But wherever you go, whether you're an employee or an individual, we'll talk about that later, but your law firm goes with you in the palm of your hand. This is the remote control to our lives right here. We check our bank, we can pay people, we can get paid, we can register for things. This is the remote control, and you tap a button on your phone. We have a mobile app that is literally connects you directly to the law firm. And this is, like I said, this is not a referral service, right? Whenever you call, corporate knows whenever you call. We have a private contract with every one of these firms. Like the firm that takes care of this area, we pay over $200,000 a month. And whenever you call, you're a $200,000+ a month customer, and the people who write that check to the firm know when you call and how long it lasted, and follow up with the firm to make sure that you got treated right. Yep. And but you never have to leave the comfort of your office. Your law firm goes with you everywhere you go. Where you go, your lawyer goes.
Well, Kirk is joining us this morning. He says he's so good. Cindy, I want to sign up again. And by the way, good morning, Kirk. Melissa has a question for you. What would you say is the most popular service that LegalShield offers? Is there a most popular thing?
Yeah, that's a great question. Really, the most popular service is, like, we have over 30,000 people signing up a month for this service. And the average service, which seems to be what the most popular one is the family plan. I mean, we have a business plan. The most popular business plan is the Small Biz 50, which we'll talk about later. But that, if you have 50 employees or less, that's what most of them get, because it has a trial defense package in there. So you get 75 hours of trial defense anytime anybody ever tries to sue you. You have pre-trial and trial time, it pays for itself whether you use it or not. It's just good to have that insurance that you're going to get taken care of. But for families, it's the family plan, because everybody needs their will done. Yes. Everybody needs it updated. We live in a probate state, so if anything happens, I mean, there's other things that need to be in line, but one of the main things that financial advisors do after they talk to families is say, hey, now you need to get your will done. Mm-hmm. And so that's really popular. So people the most popular sorry, to make sure I answer that question properly. The most popular plan is the family plan that covers the whole family with with all their legal needs and their identity. And then the most popular business plan is called Small Biz 50, and it covers up to 50 employees. You can have 50 employees or less, and those are the most popular plans, which I'd love to share with everybody, but I don't have time to do that right now.
I think he answered my question, Sarah. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, and I was going to ask you, I think you've kind of covered that too, just expanding on what all the services covers, both for the family plan and for businesses. What would separate you, would you say, from other maybe more common or known, like LegalZoom, Rocket Lawyer? I know we know they're out there, but there's definitely some clear distinctions that and benefits, I should say. So can you expand on that?
Yes, totally. And first, I want to say that I always want to tell people whenever they have something that's better than nothing. Mm-hmm. And I want to compliment them for taking the right step forward to do something productive, right? We've been established since 1972. All the other companies that you've mentioned are fairly recent. Yeah. In the early 2000s is whenever they started. We invented legal insurance. Now the Department of Insurance regulates us, right? So, but the difference is the people you mentioned, one of them, like Rocket Lawyer, and look, those are, if you want to go that route, that's totally fine. But if you want a more personal experience, that's what you're going to get with us. we have more accountability because we're a private network. Okay, so it's not it's not just a referral attorney that may or may not help you or may or may not charge you a certain price. LegalZoom is both of those companies are online legal document companies and software companies. Okay. So you can still get all the documents, but the difference between us and them is we have the same documents, but you get the lawyers as well. So just imagine online legal forms meets law firms, and actually at a cheaper rate, believe it or not.
That's awesome.
Than what you'd be paying for the online forms and the limited consultation that you get with those other companies. Look, if you're seeking legal advice, I applaud you, because that's the smart thing, because we live in the most litigious society in the world. But if you want the best bang for your buck, look, I compared them. I'm like, as a member, I'm like, which one do I get more bang for my buck? Which is why I went with and stayed with LegalShield for over 5 years now.
I have to laugh. Sean Troughton's joining us today, and he's like, is Andy looking for a job? I want him to come work for us. And I'll just tell Andy, I'll just tell Sean to get in line, because I think you'd be great at Fusion One marketing. If LegalShield goes down, which we don't want it to, and I know you're too far gone in LegalShield, but everybody wants to hire Andy. You're such a great representation of what you do, and your passion shows so much. So that's a compliment.
Thank you.
For sure. Well, let me ask you this. If you have a legal problem, what's the turnaround time to get somebody on the phone, or how does that work?
Yeah, great question. The process, the way it goes is as soon as you become a member, you can call the law firm. And the way that this works is, we have a 1-800 number you can call. You can call the actual law firm number either way. But you make a phone call. You get the you get the personal assistant or the lady at the front desk, you get the gatekeeper, and figure out what your initial problem is, what you need consultation on, what situation you're in that you need defense, whatever it is. They then take that information and place it with a qualified licensed practicing attorney inside our firm that specializes in that, and you get a call back within 4 business hours. Wow. So your initial, I need help right now. The callback time is literally only 4 business hours. So if you call this morning, you're going to get a callback time. You're going to get a callback today. Yeah. That's one of the other main things that separate us from every other company out there and every other attorney out there. A lot of attorneys never even call people back. I've heard nightmares from people who were in situations that end up becoming members of ours and then coming back to me in tears saying, thank y'all so much. And I was like, I didn't do anything. I just told you about I know that wasn't me, but you're welcome.
Yeah, but when you have problems, you have to get to somebody.
Right. It just feels really good to know someone. The peace of mind that LegalShield gives individuals, it's not like if you make bad decisions. No, it's to help you make good decisions. But if you do make bad decisions, or somebody else makes a bad decision around you, it just feels really good to know that you have a 500-pound gorilla in the room that's ready to defend you. And not just one lawyer, thousands of lawyers. I'm not going to get into all that, but it really is powerful to have the service, and it gives you peace of mind and protection.
Yeah, golly, I bet a lot of people have come, have a personal experience, and then they're like, okay, now I want to represent LegalShield because, it just showed its value. So, okay, Andy, we always move into a segment called Tip Time. And so we want you to provide us with a pro tip in just a second.
Pro tip.
Pro tip. One tip I want to ask you is, what tip would you recommend, or number one tip would you recommend for a startup to protect their business? Like out the gate, what should they do?
I would out the gate. I think that, I'm kind of biased towards our service because I know what we can give them for the small investment. They get a huge return. But for a brand new business or somebody who's trying to start a business, I would definitely suggest them giving our membership a shot and talking to business attorneys and making sure that they're doing the right thing inside the state of Alabama, and make sure, or whatever state you're in, and just make sure that they're covering all the bases, so that whenever they do go throw some money in and invest into their business, they're not already trying to buy a name that already exists, or they haven't already bought, advertising and different, swag and stuff with the name that someone else already owns. There's just a few little things that they could do to help out. But for existing businesses, there's a lot. I mean, you need a great question, a great tip would be to use the service, call the law firm and ask them what the state requires for it's something super simple, but could get you in a lot of trouble, is not having a proper policy and procedure document for your employees. That's one of the things that a lot of business owners have asked me. Hey, I got in trouble about this over here, and I need to know what to do. I'm like, that's a great question. You need to ask the law firm. Hopefully that was a good enough tip, but I think that everybody needs to just tap the app, get on the phone with an attorney that's ready to help them, not bill them, and let them know what is best for them in their situation.
Okay.
Fantastic. Cindy's got a question for you. She says, once I update my will, can I update it as things change, or will that cost me extra?
Great question. So once you update your will, Cindy, or once you do your will for free as a LegalShield member, you can update it once a year for free as well. So that's not going to cost you anything extra to do that.
Fantastic. So can you tell us what are some services that LegalShield offers that businesses may not know is also included that we have?
Sure. Unlimited consultation. Unlimited.
Oh, wow.
So that's that on any business or personal legal matter, depending on which service you get for yourself or for your business. But document review, letters and phone calls made on your behalf, trial defense. You probably wouldn't know that, and tax lawyers. Look, the tax stuff is huge, okay? Because no one wants to hire a tax attorney, okay? They don't. I mean, it is very, very expensive. And so one of the things that most businesses don't think about, that they've really thanked me for bringing up, is that they can call and ask questions that have to do with their specific state tax law.
I didn't know that either. That's
business.
huge.
Look, we're in business to make money, but if we don't save it, we're just broke at a higher level, like I said earlier. So my goal is, I'm always trying to help people use their membership proactively to save more money than they spend. And, people ask me, how much does it cost? I'm like, well, if you have the service and you need it, it costs you nothing compared to what it would cost you if you didn't have it.
Absolutely. Well, you've mentioned to us, or you mentioned to us the other day, that this could even fireproof your business or even help protect your employees.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's stuff that goes on every single day. We live in the USA, right? I mean, people are so happy. You just never know what's going to happen. You never know. Why do you have car insurance? Why do you have general liability? Why do you have health insurance? Why do you have any insurance at all if you're a good person? Because bad things happen to good people. Fireproof your business by investing. I mean, it is peanuts compared to what you're spending on everything else.
True.
What are you investing to take care of all the other investments that you have? Who's taking care of that? Who's safeguarding that for you? Who's going to protect you and fireproof you from that? I believe that at the core of every successful business are happy employees, people that want to be there, people that believe in the mission, and employers that give employees what they need and what they want. They have a better business. So we are one of the top benefits in the country, because we're able to come in and solve a lot of problems for employees that give them that stress them out. Money stresses them out. Everybody knows they need a will, but they don't, because they got to pay rent or they got to pay their mortgage. They don't get one, and it's a black cloud hanging over their head. So we come in and we offer some employee benefits to the employees as well, that gives them just more peace of mind and protection, and reduce their stress, reduce their blood pressure. So they say happy wife, happy life, happy employees, happy business. So we come in and teach the employees on how to safeguard their information, how to safeguard their situation and their family and their finances. And the employers end up thanking us, even though they made something off of just allowing us to come in because of what that did for their employees.
Yeah. So let's talk. Am I getting an echo? I'm gonna try to. If I'm getting an echo, is it just in my ear?
I don't hear it.
Take the next question.
No,
Am I good now?
Try it
Okay,
again.
and we're back. Okay, Andy, I want to talk a little bit more about the membership itself. So what are the membership costs? Do you offer a tiered program? How does it work for individuals and businesses?
Right. So plans for families start as low as $25 a month. That's the average. The average family plan is $49.90, which covers the whole family with our identity theft service and our legal service.
Wow.
One of the companies you mentioned earlier that you compare us to, theirs is $40 a month, and it's only for documents and limited consultation. Limited. Ours is unlimited, and it's almost the same price, close to the same price, but you get identity theft as well. For businesses, the average, we even have, if you're self-employed and you work from home, we have a self-employed writer that's an extra $10 a month that gives you unlimited consultation for your business, for tax audit situations, Schedule C and Schedule E. You want to make sure that you're covered, right? That you're fireproofed. Make sure you're making the right decision so it doesn't come back to bite you and what you made gets taken, right? So, but we have, there's so many plans, and I'd love to go into all. We have something for everybody, which is why people always ask me, well, who could I refer to? Well, anyone 18 or older with a heartbeat and a cell phone number, needs to protect their rights and their identity. And so those are great referrals. But the fact is, we have a plan for everybody. If you have if your business has more than 100 employees, we can still come in and offer value to your employees. But if you're that big, you're going to have a whole lot more issues, and so you're not covered. If you have more than 100 employees, we can't give your business the plan. It's like there's the catch. All right. So, but we can still offer value and help reduce absenteeism and improve your bottom line by coming in and helping your employees stay at work and happier. So we can still really benefit everybody.
That's fantastic.
Did I answer that question? Sorry.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah. We're just trying to figure out why we're echoing.
Like I said earlier, I really believe this with all my heart. If you have our service and something happens, it costs you nothing. If you do not have our service, our protection, and something happens, it could cost you everything. Do you want to risk that? I almost lost everything. And if it wasn't for LegalShield, I would have lost my business 5 years ago, because someone that knew how to take advantage of the system was taking advantage of me. Don't go without it. I know that got really deep. Sorry about that, but you don't want to go without it. Write it off on your taxes. It's a tax write-offs of businesses. You get it for free, and families, y'all can find ways to write it off on your taxes as well. So basically, you get it for free.
So does LegalShield offer some sort of emergency on-call response if something really crazy happens?
There's one button on the app that I would pay for the same price, if that was all that it was. All right, and I'll show it to you. Right here at the bottom of my app, there's a red button, and you can't even see it. But there's there's a red button that says Emergency Legal Access. If I tap this button right now, I'm going to get a call. I'm going to have the law firm say, if this is emergency, please hold. And they're picking up right now. I'm going to hang up. But literally, just think about it like this. Look, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in our country today, and I'm not going to talk about all that because it's heartbreaking, and we all know what's going on, and we're all speaking up and praying and doing all sorts of things to try to help out the situations that are going on. But if you don't have access to your rights, you do not have any. Okay, that's just the way that it is. What we offer for families and individuals for less than what they'd spend on a Coca-Cola or a bottle of water a day is the ability to do all the other stuff we've talked about, but also pick up your phone if you're questioned, detained, or arrested by law enforcement. Questioned. Just so you know, do you know why I pulled you over? That's a question. That's a question. That's a question that your answer could get you in trouble. Yep. And I'm not trying to beat around the bush here, but the fact is you have the right to remain silent and you have the right to an attorney. But if you can't afford an attorney, you don't have that attorney there to tell you not to remain silent. Okay. So then we end up just talking ourselves into more trouble. Mm-hmm. But we offer emergency access. Okay. How powerful is it? If you're in that situation, you're being questioned, you don't feel like there's good vibes going on, mm-hmm. or maybe you do, but you just want to know what to say. Mm-hmm. You can tap a button, have a lawyer that specializes in these situations on the phone within 30 to 60 seconds to speak for you or tell you what to say in response. I've had multiple members call me saying, you're not going to believe it, what just happened, and they're still shaky, and they're like, thank you so much, because a normal situation turned south really fast, and I was able to not get arrested whenever this person was threatening me. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much more of that because there's a lot of really good people out there, but if you get into a situation like that, or Child Protective Services is banging on your door, or you get hurt in an accident and somebody's trying to get you to file or sign a piece of paper. Those are emergency situations that you have 24-hour access to your attorney every single day of the year. And they don't charge you any extra for it. If you use it, your rates don't go up.
The red button.
The red button. That would change. There are people's lives who would be saved if they had that app, which is why I've focused my time on making sure that everyone I know and everyone that comes in contact with me or people that I know about that button right there, because this is more to me than just a business. Mm-hmm. This is more to me than, this is people's lives and livelihood at stake, which is why I totally believe that everyone needs Jesus and everyone needs LegalShield. Okay. So anyway.
Well, we're going to run your information on the bottom here just so people can get in touch with you. And then I'm going to jump to Kelsey to wrap it up before we go to the hot seat.
All right. So is there anything else that you want to share that we haven't covered today? Any specials or promotions that you have going on?
Well, hey, I actually have my own little special or promotion rather. I'm doing a giveaway today. So just for filling out a 1-minute survey. So I launched a 1-minute survey that just lets me know if I can serve you. If I can help you save money, solve problems, or protect your assets, whether it's you, your family, or your business, I have a small 1-minute survey that'll just kind of let me know which way to go, and I can send you some information. It doesn't cost anything. It only takes 1 minute. And for everybody who does that, I'm going to do a drawing. And look, I'm not doing a huge drawing, but I'm going to give you a $25 Starbucks gift card. Hey. Look, it's worth its weight in gold at Starbucks, right? And I'm going to mail it to you. I'm going to have one of you ladies draw from the people who fill out the survey. That'll just give me an opportunity to see how I could help you. So to go to the survey, just go to andyentrikin.info, and it's going to take you right to my secure, encrypted 1-minute survey. The information is going only to me. I'm not going to sell your info to anybody or tell anybody what you say in this 1-minute survey. And if you don't want to answer one of the questions, you don't have to, but just answer most of them and let me know how I can help you. And I'll send you some information that could potentially benefit you. That's the promo.
That's the deal. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good promo. Welcome. That's fantastic. Okay, Andy, we're going to launch right into our hot seat game. So take a breath and get ready.
Okay, Kelsey, you're going to give us a minute?
Mm-hmm. Oops. Try that again.
All right, Andy, I'm going to ask you some questions. You just pick which one you prefer, and it's real easy. We're just going for 60 seconds, so it's no big deal at all.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's roll. Okay, Moroccan tea or sweet tea?
I know why you asked that question. I mean, sweet tea. I did like the Moroccan tea, but sweet tea.
Okay. Zombies or robots?
Zombies.
Rap or opera?
Rap.
Okay. Fast food or homemade food?
Homemade.
Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Fruits or vegetables?
Ooh. Vegetables.
Okay. Cursive or print?
Print.
All right. Treadmill or exercise bike?
Exercise bike.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Both.
Okay. Is that our time?
Around the
What?
clock. 2 seconds.
Okay, one more. Heels or flats?
Flats. For sure.
Good answer.
Okay, that wasn't too painful. Well,
That's great.
we really appreciate you coming on, Andy. And again, this information is invaluable. So I really hope that people call you, get a hold of you, and just ask for advice and get more information on this. So thanks so much for joining us. And I want to let everybody know that we will be back on Marketing Mix Tuesday at 8 a.m. And we'll be back next week, Friday, 8 a.m. for Biz Talk. And our special guest will be Christine Sizemore with Sandler Training. So y'all have a great day and a great weekend, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for having me. See you later.